Warhammer with Sheeb here, bringing you Game 2 of Calgary Winter War Tournament. This time I'm up against Kieran, and he's bringing his High Elves and a lot of Frostheart Phoenixes, so this is going to be interesting. This scenario is a dawn attack scenario with 3 objectives in the middle and 1 in each deployment zone. You get bonus points for having a fortitude unit capturing one of these areas, as well as capturing terrain pieces. So straight off victory points. So let's get down to it. Let's take a look at my level 4 spells. So I got Searing Doom, Enchanted Blades, Final Trance, and Glittering Robe. And let's go from his side, left to right. He's got 5 Vanguarding Reavers. He's got the Star Dragon and a Lord on top of that Star Dragon. And then he's got 10 Archers, Frostheart Phoenix, BSB on a Griffin or an Eagle, one of the two. Then he has 24 or 30 Silver Helm. Sorry, excuse me, not Silver Helm. Lothran's Sea Guard. And then we have another Frostheart Phoenix. And then on my left, we have my Dark Riders, we have my 10 Warlocks, we have a Bolt Thrower, and we have 12 Dark Shards. Right beside them is my Warlock bust, which I kind of had no real choice to put, but other than here, more Dark Shards, level 4 on Pegasus with Cloak of Twilight and her Dragonbane gem. Then we have 4 more Dark Riders. You might be wondering why they're facing backwards. Well, because this is an Altar of Cain and Forces of Destruction are frenzied. So I'm going to stay there so I don't have to do any frenzy tests, because all I want to do is claim this terrain piece and claim this objective come the end of the game. So that was my thinking. Inside this turned out to be a normal forest. These are evil swamps that we don't want monsters to go inside, except this one's a pretty normal swamp. And then this sinister looking statue is, I think, a Tower of Doom or something like that. Basically gives me hatred and frenzy, and gives the High Elf guy just hatred. So here we go. Here's a look at the deployment. Let's go up to turn 2. Or sorry, yeah, I'll skip right to turn 2. This is after Vanguards. I shimmy things over, and it's my turn. I take first turn, and I go like this. And move up slightly, enter the woods, and get my crossbowman into position. So first spell of the game, Final Trance. Let's try to do something exciting. However, it doesn't go off. Over here on the left, we got Fast Cav shooting Fast Cav. I have my 10 Warlocks up here for support. I don't think it can snake through, but Fast Cav do so much shenanigans that they actually do get to go through. I kill one through shooting, and so there we go. This coin is actually one of the objective markers that we have 3 across the middle of the table, and then the dollars on each side. For example, this one is an objective marker in his deployment zone. Here's the center one, and the other one's just on the side of this hill. That seems to be up on a cliff, so that's cool. And then we have a look at his phase. I march my Pegasus over here. I don't want to be charged by any Frost Hearts, and if I want to be able to shoot magic and stuff at them. So there we go. Frost Heart makes it a crazy long charge into my Dark Shards through the woods. I think he even takes a wound to maybe possibly dangerous terrain, but that might be when he pursues, because I don't last long. Fast Cav do their Fast Cav shenanigans, and yep, you can fit Fast Cav through here, and he does a reform like that, and now I'm like, shoot. I didn't see that one coming. And there he has his BSB. He marches over here on a nice Eagle to get a nice shot or charge on this Pegasus rider, and the Sea Guard turned to face her as well. Now she does have a 3-up ward against shooting, and they do have to shoot through long range and behind some cover, so it's not going to be easy for them. Then we have a Star Dragon moving up here. Frostheart moves up aggressively here, and I got 1 Frostheart on me, and I have 2 other scary monsters coming down the flank, and I need to get my Bolt Throwers to do something this game. The whole tournament, really. He managed to get Tempest off, kills a few, so they're -1 to hit, and with multi-shot and long range, that's not good for me. I pick off a few Sea Guard with a few Bolt Thrower shots of my own from ones that could not shoot or see the Star Dragon or the Frostheart. And we have this look at the left side of the board. Evil things happening. And we have this, so my turn 2. If he's going to bring his Star Dragon up here, I'm still high off my Nurgle Demon Prince killing in 1 round, and I figured I could blow through this Lord on a Star Dragon, no problem. And then even if I'm lucky, I might even get a nice overrun into those archers and take them off as well next turn. However, I severely underestimated the power of the Star Dragon. So I directed all my attacks on the rider, and yeah, I managed to kill him before he went against me, which was fantastic. No hurt back to me. And I was expecting maybe the dragon, I could put a few wounds on whatever's left, and no, he's toughness 7. He's really hard to hit. So my Dark Riders move over here, they get shot at a little bit more, but I'm hiding from those archers up on the top, and my Warlocks take a wound, and I'm like, well, I'm not really worried about you. You can charge me in the flank or the rear. I don't care. I want this Frostheart, because what kills Frosthearts? Angry, frenzied warlocks. That's poisoned warlocks. That's what kills Frosthearts. So that's my plan. On his turn, he manages to break me. Can't catch me. He tests to restrain, I think, but he fails. He takes a wound to dangerous terrain. So, and my Pegasus flies over here. Thinking something I might go over here. I chose to go over here just to be a little bit more safe away from them. And then we have a look at the board come his turn. And so I'm going to attempt another final trans. It gets stopped. And I'm trying to kill his BSB with that and a Searing Doom. And he uses all his dice and just throws it all at it. And I was like, huh, I guess he doesn't have any flaming protection on that, because I was just sort of testing the waters per se. That led me to do a few mistakes here. Anyways, in combat, I'm now just attacking the Lord without the Lord anymore, just with the dragon. And I have Soul Blight, and I managed to break him. He runs away, but I don't catch him, so that was quite unfortunate. That was my chance. I did mess up. I actually should have been frenzied and had a few more attacks. Actually, a lot more attacks. Anything within 6 inches of a statue, but it wasn't to be. I forgot. This is in 18 inches of the Dark Shard, so we managed to do shooting on him at our long range. And then we have a look at the board. So quite an interesting, placement of all units. Everything is a little bit someplace with a purpose to do something. So fantastic. We knew that this Pheonix was coming in here, so I stood and shot and managed to, I think, get a wound. He lands in the swamp and manages, I think, to also take a wound. He tried to land over here, but I had arranged it such that he needed to be maximized, and he ended up being in the swamp. The swamp. On his turn, his dragon rallies, and I'm thinking, darn it. I was going to chase him again. Hopefully he didn't rally, and then push him off the board, because I don't want to kill this strength 7, tough 7, ridiculous dragon, who was beautifully painted, by the way. Sea Guard reform like that to take some shots off at my Warlock bus. And I charge in. Again, Warlocks also charge in. However, I charge in through the swamp. The Pheonix kills the Dark Shards, but I am stuck pinning this Eagle in place, or this Pheonix in place. However, I'm going to lose a few to dangerous terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to dangerous terrain. Yes, that is my dangerous terrain rolls, failing on a 1 or a 2 because it's a swamp. I managed to ward save a couple of them, but man, that's 5 Warlocks down, and all of a sudden this was going to be a huge combat punch. Not so much anymore. And then in Kieran's turn, he shot a lot of archer shots. He got Hand of Glory off on this archer unit. I let it go, increased their ballistic skill by 3. They were hitting me on anything but 1s and wounding me on 4s. So took off a lot of Warlocks here as well through just shooting before I was able to charge him in on my turn. So that's why the Warlocks are disappeared as here as well. But this is my turn. They have fled, and they went through this Pheonix and took a few more dangerous terrain tests. This Pheonix is in combat, or soon to be in combat, with this Bolt Thrower, and we have 2 more Bolt Throwers that looks like I can shoot the BSB, or potentially through this Pheonix through cover. And we have my Sorceress up here on the hill, needing some soft cover from any archer shots. They've given up shooting at her because she has the Cloak of Twilight and it's not doing too much. So here we have just a look at how things are going and progressing on the board. Managed to kill the Frostheart and overrun, stopping the second Pheonix. Whew! That was exactly what I was hoping would happen. I needed to overrun and get 2 flanks on this Pheonix and hopefully kill them. Even though he's making me always strike last and minus a strength, my poison is... I'm trying to win on poison, but I'm just not rolling enough poison shots. And then we have his BSB, who's got a nice charge for possibly one of those other bolt throwers. You can see the Star Dragon just goes to town. I don't think he used his breath weapon, but he probably could have and done some more wounds. What's left here is my BSB has been killed. through last combat. I have my Dreadlord, and I have a Master, and then I have a Master Warlock left. So here we go, and then one of the Masters has 1 wound on him. And we got 3 wounds on this stupid dragon, but we got 4 more to go. So that's what happens. BSB makes a long charge, Reavers make an easy charge, and the Frostheart's stuck up here. Not good. I really want my bolt throwers to be shooting stuff, and these guys will just go down to these. Archers march up and move over here into the woods to get some cover. Sea Guards start realizing that I need to capture objective, so they're coming to this middle objective. Sorceress is thinking, what do I do? I have all my stuff in combat. I only have this unit left. These bolt throwers, warlocks, this thing that's not going to rally, and this unit, and then my Dark Riders on the far bottom right corner. But they're ineffective because I don't need them to do anything, and they're not going to do anything. So here's a look at the board. It's not looking too good. It's looking quite grim. The combat does swing my way quite nicely, and I managed to overrun that Pheonix, which was fantastic, and they end up right here. BSB is in combat, kills the bolt thrower, and so do the Reavers. Congratulations. And I now have fewer units on the board, and I'm not thinking this is going to end too well for me, and I don't have too many units left with Fortitude. So I managed to march my Warlocks, and we do a fast cav shenanigans over here after the BSB's facing this final bolt thrower to take it out. I'm going to do something like Doom Bolt onto this guy. Since I can't use Metal Magic to get rid of him, because he has that Dragonbane gem, which he totally psyched me out. At first, when I cast Searing Doom and he threw all his dice at it, not wanting it to go off, I was like, he must have no magic or no flaming protection. So I cast it again, and he's like, you can have it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to kill this BSB through Searing Doom. I think I even did a boosted Searing Doom. And then he's like, yep, 2 aboard, saved them all. And I was like, Kieran, you're messing with my mind. So in my magic phase, the next one, I decided I'm not going to shoot anything that's going to be flaming. I'm going to Doom Bolt him since it's not flaming and get the boosted version and hopefully kill this BSB because I know he's going to be worth a lot of points. So I do that. It goes off. Fantastic. I still got these Reavers to worry about. I think they may have panicked, but may have not. They may have made their panic test. I do get try to attempt Enchanted Blades to kill the stupid dragon. It gets dispelled. And after all that, I finally get it. He gets rid of my master. I retain the points for this warlock unit because the master's still alive. But I did finally kill the star dragon. So, awesome. My turn. Excuse me, I reform, and that's on my turn. And then on the High Elf's turn, he turns to reform to face me to shoot me with a bunch of bolt throwers. However, he does that swiftly and fails. So he's unable to shoot. These Sea Guard, not wishing to do the same thing, or reform and then not be able to do it swiftly so that they can shoot, he decides to do just a big wheel so that they can shoot, and they wheel over here just like that. And he does shoot at me, but nothing really happens. I save all my armor saves, and the Warlock saves his ward saves. So awesome. And now it's actually looking like the tides have swung. His BSB's gone, his Reavers are gone. He just has these Archers and the Sea Guard in the middle, and I've got Warlock, Dreadlord, my Pegasus still on the table, plus my Dark Rider unit that's going to carry the points for capturing terrain on the back end. So I'm thinking this is actually a pretty good spot for me. This is a huge swing. So I do Soul Blight them. I do attempt a Doom Bolt. I'm not sure if it went off. It was pretty inconsequential. On his turn, he moves up into the forest to get out of the charge arc of the Warlocks, which we ruled that they were, in fact, out of their charge arc. Just the way the movement trays work, it doesn't look like it. I do run down those Elven Archers because it's very easy, and I kill them in combat. My Sorceress can't claim any objectives, so she's just kind of trying to stay out of harm's way. There we have a look at me not being able to see them, so I just march with them. These guys move over because they're frenzied, and here's his one last attempt to try and cast Tempest on my Dark Rider unit just to deny me points. Kieran didn't want to do it because he didn't want to deny me battle points, and it was a tournament, and we were having fun. And he was like, I'll just let you get as many points as possible. But then I was like, no, it's cool. I mean, we're trying to play to as best as we can. So he attempted, but nothing happened. I still faced the other way. He managed to kill one Dark Rider, but not enough to cause a panic. And so I'm okay. And there we have a look at the last board. He attempts it one more time, but no, it didn't go off. And so there's the end of the game and end of the board. And I managed to pull out a surprising victory. So now I'm 2 for 2, which is pretty awesome. I don't normally do this well at tournaments, but I feel like I've been learning a lot since I've been playing with my regular group. And this game was quite a surprise. It was back and forth, and it was definitely up in the air until the final round. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Here's a taste of the game 3. We are on the corn table.